Happy Wednesday, gents. We're back. We got our second to last league recap for the fantasy football season. Everything's been decided. We are down to the final game that really matters. But let's get into it. We're going to do a quick recap of the week, and then we're going to dive in to a little preview of the playoff matchup. Really not that big a deal. Just a little info. River just whined at me. What are you doing, silly? You want a peanut? Hey, peanut. So, anyway, we had two playoff games this week. Yet again, somehow, God knows how, Eddie Cramsey gets away with highway robbery. It's essentially highway robbery. I don't understand how this kid has gotten so lucky this entire goddamn season. He's not even real, first of all. But all year long, getting matched up with the lowest scorer of the week. Jake, I don't know what happened here with Jake. I really don't. 78 points, Jake. Your bench didn't even, not even anybody on your bench. Romeo Dobbs could have helped, and Jared Goff could have helped. But, other than that, Jake's almost entire team, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players, starters and bench, scored 10 points or more. I don't know what happened with Jake's team this week. Who knows? But, once again, Eddie escapes with a victory. He only would have beaten Jake and Brochard this week. Every other team he would have lost to. Of course, because it's Eddie, it's in the second round of playoffs, and it advances him to the championship. Don't know what deal he made with the devil this year, but whatever. Eddie once again escapes and advances, so it's whatever. Chumba and Alec, this was actually a good matchup. It looked like it was going to be a little bit closer. Odell didn't really have too much of an impact on Monday Night Football. Christian McCaffrey did. But this game ended up being pretty good. About an 11-point, not even 10-point something difference in score. This was a good matchup. If you remember last week, I said, Alec could really surprise you. Chumba's team is dangerous. Honestly, if Chumba somehow chokes and loses to Eddie in the final, I'm going to be beside myself that if Eddie puts up a terrible score again. So, good game. Chumba advances. Eddie advances. We'll get into that matchup a little bit. Alec and Jake both fall into the third place game. I think that's why Jake wants a third place prize. Whatever. We'll see. Anyway, we now have real quick recap of the rest of the games. So again, they don't really matter. John beats Rungy 143 to 121. Pretty big. John really stepped up this year. Feels proud of himself for going 8-6. Lost in the first round of the playoffs, obviously, but got the W here, which is good for John. You love to see it. Into the consolation bracket. Griff and I had a wild week. This game was close, 3-point difference. Gotta be the greatest wide receiver game I've ever seen for a single matchup. The lowest wide receiver scoring was, right, let me just double make sure that it is, 17.3 by Brandon Ayuk is the lowest score. We had Amari Cooper with 51, T. Higgins and CeeDee Lamb with 25, Amon-Ra St. Brown 28, Puka Nacua 33, Justin Jefferson 26, just huge. And then on Griff's bench, oh wait, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I thought there was somebody on his bench. Never mind. Just a big game. Oh, I had 18 on my bench from Rashid Shaheed, whatever the fuck his name is. wild wide receiver game. It was just really fun to see that happening. And then we have Connor taking down Brochard. Kind of embarrassing for Brochard, honestly, losing to Connor. Again, I know it's consolation, so probably not paying attention, but Connor, that's his second win all year. Maybe his third. I don't remember if he won the first round of playoffs or not. I think he did. But still, just embarrassing there. So, playoffs. We're down to the final. The 1 and 2 seed did make the playoffs, the final. Obviously, they made the playoffs. Make it all the way to the end. Pretty cool. Sorry, I just got confused. Eddie, again, just how is this guy making it this far? River, what are you doing, dude? What's up? You okay? Give me a minute and we'll do something. So championship matchup. Chumba, Eddie. What are these two? Their history. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to close. I meant to pick up there we go. So last year, going all the way back to last year, Eddie and Chumba had a 1-1 record. They both tied each other. Both won one, lost one, or won and lost one each. Whatever. Fuck it. I don't know English. This year Eddie's owned the matchup. Honestly, week one of Eddie's actual performances put up 138, beat Chumba by 132 or 123 to 138. And then last week of the regular season, went back to this matchup. Finals preview apparently. Chumba shit the bed. Rested his starters. 85 points to Eddie's 123. So all time, Eddie's got the matchup. All time. Chumba hasn't been able to keep up with Eddie this season. Don't know if that's going to be telling. Tyreek is back in. Chumba's going to need his big three. Oh, not just scoring. I wanted to look at the matchup. Eddie's going to need his big three to step up. What the fuck? Come on, you stupid website. I don't care anymore. Leave it. Gonna need his boys to step up if he's gonna want to win this. Eddie apparently made a deal with the devil, so just a heads up. As you all saw, I sent in the proposed rules in the group chat. That was not the actual vote. I will send that later. A lot of rules around keepers. Feel free to reach out to me. I think no matter what, 3 is going to be our cap for how many keepers we have. If that gets passed, next year, I'm not going to try and bump it up to 5. A lot of leagues go to 3, and then what Eddie was talking about, becoming a dynasty league, those guys keep 9, 10 keepers. 3 is plenty, I think. 3 is a balance of redraft and keeping. So just an idea. Again, we'll see what gets passed, what doesn't get passed. But if you do have questions about the rules, feel free. Griff and I were chatting a little bit last night, so I'm going to adjust a few. So the rules that you saw yesterday might be different in the vote when it comes. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll see what happens. Legal office isn't rooting for anybody per se, but it's kind of bullshit that Eddie's been able to stay above water this long. In the next couple of days, I will be sharing with you all the league history. I have a huge spreadsheet of all the league history. Once the season is over, I will update it to include our second season. Just, my autism, some extra data. Unnecessary stuff that I like to do because I'm extra as fuck, and it includes a full vote recap of each year of each vote that we've done, so you can see all the rules that have been proposed and what has been taken out, what has been passed, what hasn't been passed, whatever, including the numbers that how it passed or did not get passed, what the votes were. So keep an eye out for that. Best of luck to Chumba and Eddie. One of you will be winning some money. The other will just be getting some money back. So we'll see. Best of luck, and we'll catch y'all next week with the final recap of the season. Till next time, gents.